On the Radiant side, it's going to be NWP, also known as Yamate, playing as the Pugna. Extinct will be playing on the Rubik, and Net on the Disruptor. That's the trio in the bot lane. In the mid lane, KYXY is going to be playing Anaga. And in the top lane, it's going to be Ohio on the Radiant offlane Doom, which is so much better than the Dire offlane Doom.
Yes. Yes. Because the Dire offlane Doom, the creep wave just way too far away. But he will still have a rough time up on top lane. At least he's got one thing going for him. He managed to move up there so early. Kuro, okay, this German is so aggressive at the start of every single game. He is so over aggressive. Yeah, but the Doombringer, he was able to get a ward up here. On the other side, it's going to block the pull point, which I find interesting.
It's a special ward, actually.
Because this is not like the camp where you're able to grab like an aura creep from or something else like that.
Yes, he might just get in his own jungle first, looks like it.
Yeah, it's an abandonment.
He's like, yay, I get a Wild Wing Ripper.
And the funny thing is, now this ward actually works for him because it means they can't drag the creep wave over this direction.
And they can't make the combination pull, more importantly. The classic combination pull in the top lane, you pull this, and then you pull it down here. Yeah. So, that is not an option at the moment for Kuro. He doesn't have any sentry, so he can't do it. And actually, I like this choice a lot from Ohio to not be in the lane, since Kuro has started with 3 clarities. He just wants to fight. He wants to constantly harass him away. Ohio is getting way more by being in his own jungle, but he needs to be careful. Puppy's on the Enigma. If he doesn't keep an eye on the top lane, his tower could be gone in 2 minutes.
I'm watching this mid lane as well. After watching a Naga go up in the mid lane before, I want to see just how well it's going to happen. Like, it was a Tinker versus a Naga, and it seems like it's just like Dendy's fate to battle a Naga Siren in the middle lane. But I want to see how well KYXY does up against Dendy this time around. Like, Dendy's going to keep his distance from the Naga Siren so that Riptide is never able to reach him. On the bright side, Riptide's range got really reduced, so he should have better luck with this one.
The one thing about this mid lane, though, for Naga Siren is the ganking potential from Navi is actually not that scary, unless Enigma is involved. Enigma has to be there. They cannot make a 2-hero gank with a Skywrath puck. It's not going to happen. And Naga Siren has 7 base armor.
Gank, man.
He has 7 armor, so Dendy's harassment is going to be futile. It's not even worth it. It's pretty much a waste of time. And KYXY is... Haha! KYXY denied the room. Yeah.
Enigma was coming down into the same kind of thing. He said one conversion now, puppy. Yeah, I think
he's got experience in this field, denying his specialty.
I don't think Navi's even caring, man, about like any kind of ganking. They don't care about it. As long as Funnick stays alive on the offlane, and they know they're going to win again economically wise because you've got Puppy inside the jungle. We're now 2.5 minutes in, and this guy's cracked level 4, and he will continue to spiral out of control as far as like experience goes. He's got a soul ring completed 2.5 minutes in. ХВОСТ has all the space in the world to farm up on top lane, and when they're ready and Puppy has like 3 points up in the conversions, then he'll just rotate towards the top lane and push it out.
Yeah, with this early soul ring, it's obviously... Enigma is just really powerful in these early game situations, and...
The Hellbent clapped 2 targets.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Okay, maybe it was predicting a split. Next level AI jungle. But let's have a look at how it's going for Navi. So the problem in the offlane right now is that they have the Dire offlane, which just is at an innate disadvantage compared to the Radiant one, and Funnick is having a hard time here, but he's still going to get level 2 fairly soon, and perhaps based off that can get a little more. Looks like Titan is actually pushing him in fairly hard, so maybe almost level 3 for Funnick here, which I guess he's going to be happy with in the Dire offlane. Top lane,
they actually got nothing to actually
leading on the farm too, and mid lane is pretty even though, but easy advantage early on for Navi just based on the Enigma factor, and you're seeing it on the graphs right now. They're looking great, and they need to use this momentum. They need to carry over and keep putting pressure, and you already see it top lane now. Puppy's coming in. It's only Extinct defending here with a level 1 Fateful, actually level 2, and maybe he's in trouble actually. Navi's going for the kill.
Keep the poison going. Keep the poison going. Kuro, he's got another blast to come out, and that's the first blood. ХВОСТ will claim it. The money comes in for the 4th position here of Na Vi. And because they also took out the catapult there of Titan, they got a lot of power to push in towards this tier 1 tower. It's already at half life. They've done more damage than what Pugden was capable of doing early on.
Great start from Navi here. I was expecting them to get the tower, but getting a bonus kill like that is absolutely huge. It goes to ХВОСТ as well, which means if he's planning on getting the mech for the team, he will have it very early on. I think maybe Puppy doesn't actually get it in this game. If Viper gets it, he becomes more tanky for himself. Puppy can build into a very early BKB and perhaps make some really big plays with that. The only counter to the black hole is Doom, unless if you count Rubik stealing the black hole and turning it around. Now we can probably play around with that with a very mobile puck and of course with Skywrath silence onto the Rubik. So we'll see what their choices are. At least very great start for Navi here, looking very good so far. And The question is, where does Puppy go from here? Do we see rotation or do we see more farming?
He bought a headdress, Puppy. Is the mech coming out from him?
Could be a pipe on ХВОСТ actually. That would be a good item for them this game.
Having both of those up and running very early on.
Really good. Because, like I said, I think Navi's lineup needs to win early mid-game. And they're actually one of the best teams at doing that. So we'll probably realize that the Pipe's a good pickup. I've seen this before.
Yeah, that's going to happen again.
Before. No, it's not.
There's the seal. He's moving pretty damn fast with those boots, however.
He was dead there without boots for sure, but ХВОСТ Viper is a very slow hero innately. He's got the treads, but only 335 movement speed, so Rubik is actually faster than him right now. So without getting the first poison attack off, it just doesn't have bottom lane.
Funnick.
This is something Funnick is so good at abusing when he's playing Bristleback in the offlane like this, that he knows his limit generally with how much he can tank up. He's got a lot of experience with this hero, and he analyzes that in this situation, like, Disruptor can't do anything against him. He can just go in there and free farm, basically, steal his farm. I'm surprised he didn't take the other wolf while he was there, but wanted to be back on lane on time, I guess, to get a little more experience here. And closing in on level 5.
Navi's got to do something about this bottom lane pretty soon. Like, Yamate is approaching his level 6. Once he hits level 7, you got 4 points blast up. Navi must have an active reaction to that bottom lane, or else they'll start moving towers. It's just that simple. Maybe they're waiting for Denny to have his Blink Dagger. He's only 1,000 or so gold away from completing that one. I know Funnick's pretty damn good of grabbing the creep wave out of there, but when you bring in a lot more support to that bottom lane, you could be losing out pretty tough, pretty hard. Oh, higher though. He is really getting nothing. Like, we got
he's
4.
level 4.
He's 4 like, okay. I understand, like, he's level 4, like, he's got some good experience, but in comparison to abandoning the offlane, leaving a Rubik up there, and Puppy still farming up the jungle, getting very close to that mech, it's not a great trade-off.
It really isn't a good trade for Titan right now. It's the thing for them that's going to be important is when the team fight breaks out. It's going to be Yamate with the Nether Ward in particular. Actually surprised to see him getting 2 points in Decrepify here. Not sure what the reasoning is for that. I would say in this game, get up the Nether Ward really fast. It's absolutely huge against Navi's lineup. And you just know that push is going to come, because Navi will want to play it that way. So,
it's like he just wants to focus killing off heroes instead, like directly killing him off, as opposed to waiting for the team fight.
Yeah. Well, he does. Yamate generally has a little more of a carry approach on the intel heroes he plays, like Queen of Pain. We've seen him getting item builds with BKB into a lot of damage.
Here's the movement we're talking about, man. Yep. And look at it, instantly, Skywrath seals him up, and Pug is going to get nothing off during this fight. She gets 1 blast, but then again at the same time, there's more orbs coming out, Enigma Maleficent also going to work. Denny arrives on the bottom lane, and the mages force the tier 1 tower out now. KOX working at some level of pressure, ХВОSТ still farming up the top lane, but with an army of conversions behind them, Denny might rotate back towards the mid. Or at least look for, well, there's no rune available for him, but they can just force the tier 1 tower down here.
Navi's playing this game perfectly so far. It's really beautiful to see that. They know that in this game they have to be the ones putting pressure. They have looked at the situation at hand, they look at their strengths and the weaknesses of Titan, and they're making very good use of it right now.
Decrepify, blast, and drain on Funnick. He needs to get himself further away, and there's the seal from Kuro.
Oh, there's going to be a glimpse coming in for Kuro now, I think.
Where is it? He's not in range.
Oh, he's not in range.
It's level 2. It's not big enough.
That looked like he could have been in range. That was inside 50 or 100 range for Nat, so really close, but actually surprised to see Titan defending this tower. Good TP in from Yamate there, knowing his limits, getting some good damage off as well, and we'll see how...
ХВОST is going to casual ring. He's building into Aghanim's.
He's going Ags, yep.
He actually has a point boost to 8 minutes into this game. Now KYXY might be forced to use his Naga Sleep right now. He's not careful. Bottom lane though, Funnick keeps getting picked up. Dragged back in with the drain. Stick charges will pop, but Pugna will take the kill. Combining up with a Thunder Strike there, Disruptor was enough damage.
These towers are going to be disappearing. Navi needs to be constantly on the lookout in this bottom lane if they want to vault this. Nether Blast deals, what is it, 162.5 damage per cast. It's about, I think, 13 or 14% of the tower's health with every usage. Nice Malefice from Puppy. He's thinking about the black hole here. I don't think he can get it though.
He had Extincted pretty close, man, but now Kuro glimpsed back out. He TP'd himself in. Denny will come in though, orbing. He's got the black hole, Extinct as well as Yamate. Caught inside the Dream Call as well, and then with both the Rift as well as the last attack there from the Enigma, they get the kill. And the TP out. Where's Naga? She forced. He's battling KYXY through the ulti out, but he'll run himself away with stick and bottle charges.
And we're seeing this again with the drum build for Naga. I get where they're coming from. Getting a little bit of extra stats early on is really important. And the extra move and attack speed is great. But it is delaying the Radiance. And in some games, I think if you get great farm, you should just go straight for the Radiance and not get the drum. But in this particular game, I like the drum a lot for the Naga because she will
Partner.
have to fight.
Whoa, 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 whoa! These are going to be delayed TPs coming. He's already to half-life and Funning's in pretty deep. He doesn't have level 6, however, and now he's getting drained out. KOSY comes in. Okay, they're going to even commit the Doom to kill off Funnick here. Neck charge from range, so Funnick is still taking a while to kill him off. But 5 heroes from Titan arrive on the bottom lane.
There might be a glimpse from Net. He's getting vision, I think.
Kuro and Puppy, they're far enough away.
I'm not sure. Oh yeah, Kuro's, yeah, he's got 380 movement speed on that. Again, Net really close to the glimpse, but just not right there. But they still held the tower again. A really admirable player from Titan. And these TPs from Yamate that just look like straight suicide are actually working out. It's very calculated here.
This is going to be a lot harder though, because the Blink Dagger is 5 gold away for Puck, which means initiation is going to be better for Navi. And the fact that Funnick is now up on top lane, and he hit level 6, because he never had that in the last fight, so there was no Warpath bonus coming in for Funnick at all during these last engagements. And now they're going to start to bring that into the play. And also Koro, almost level 6. That Mystic Flare is going to come online very, very soon. Then you got Black Hole and Mystic Flare to start worrying about. Not to mention ХВОСТ is still free farming.
Still need to be a little bit careful with using the Mystic Flare. It's generally a finishing move, so Rubik can pretty easily steal it if he wants. But I still think Net or Extinct Story will be on the lookout for the Black Hole mainly. Or steal Viper Strike, which is a guaranteed steal. It's the only active ability that Viper has, which actually casts. So whenever he spell steals ХВОST, he will get Viper Strike, which can be a really nice tool against a hero like Bristleback.
Radiant's bottom tower
Tier 1 tower bottom lane. This time they won.
Navi are like, we worked so hard for this.
Has fallen.
It's got to feel good to take it, but then they need to be on the retreat now. The mid tower is going to be going down very soon if they don't go. Yamate is already getting in position for this, and he will be getting his own mechanism with every tower kill. They managed to bring it down. Yep, Navi trying to go for the stab.
They're actually going to smoke, and I assume there's going to be a rotation for kill in middle.
Yeah,
they got Mystic Flare as well as Denny's level of control. So if they can't get a kill with this, they're going to feel very depressed about it. Now, they don't get done by the fake illusion, but they've got to move down and realize KOXY is farming a little bit lower now. They need to get the silence from Dendi, or else that sleep's going to spoil everything. Actually, no, he doesn't mana for it. He's short by 40, and there's no
this
one
is a big kill if they find him.
They saw him. They saw him, but it was too late. He also saw Kuro.
Oh, good ward from Kuro here, though. If this doesn't get counter-warded, this is very important. There's spam pings coming out there from...
but that could be positioning, too.
From Extinct. It doesn't necessarily mean that they know the ward is there, but they know Kuro is there.
Attack.
And they're gonna smoke. I think they smoked above the hill, so Navi might not have seen this.
They could have
but
come
Dendi's in a great position to break it. They know it's coming. They've broken the smoke on Ohio, and he will immediately use the Scorched Earth in case Navi choose to initiate here, which they won't.
He had no vision up the high ground, so when that smoke breaks, you just fear that Navi is like 5 heroes staring you down. Get the Scorched Earth off before you get
Dire's middle
silenced.
tower is under attack.
But they decided to make the better choice. Move towards that middle tier 1 tower. The Naga Illusions are scouting out behind the tower, but Denior will clean it out, but Extinct, he's really close for a telekinesis. Phase shift will go.
He needs to be careful here.
A Blink to Dream Call will catch Extinct here.
Yeah. Surprised Dendi isn't going for it actually, but they know Pugna is in the bottom lane. He's showing, pushing out the lane, so that might have been a potential easy snipe for Dendi, but...
They just do the safer thing.
Yeah.
Grab the creep wave, push it towards the tier 1 tower middle lane, and they have the Dream Call in case Titan try something. Speaking of that, look where Net is. Look where Net is. He's going to try and cut them off from behind and force Navi.
Oh, Yamate caught out!
That Observe Ward working overtime. Now the silence comes out here from Extinct. We still haven't seen him moving closer though. We've got Orb slowing out and getting rid of the Naga Illusions, but they did nothing with it. The sleep went and it just bought them some breathing time. And Kuro's coming in through the side. Yamate too close. There's your Mystic Flare. With the orb damage, finishes him off. Watch that Rubik closely. He has level 6, but okay, maybe watch him die. Midnight Pulse is down. The orb damage coming out from Kuro will be enough. So 2 heroes picked off from Titan, and Navi will take the tier 1 tower, and there's no one left to contest for Titan.
And they really weren't ready for that. They actually managed to engage with the song, but they weren't satisfied with just disengaging and losing their tower, so they wanted to fight for it, but in the end, should have probably just backed off and caught their losses there. That fight did not work out for them. But Navi getting another good fight going their way. They're currently 4,000 golden experience ahead, so looking good towards the mid game, but considering the really early lead they had, they haven't been gaining much over the last 7 minutes, and they kind of need to take more than this. I don't think getting the tier 1s is enough. They need more map control, preferably this Roshan, but very risky play of Titan catch it out.
Once they have the Aghanim center up as I'm running on Viper with the Aegis Immortal behind him, I don't see much of a problem for it. Puppy's coming into defense with Midnight Pulse, fortification as well. He's just trying to waste some time here now. They've almost got no chance. Glimpse. Puppy may die right now, but it'll be for the greater good. The Goon is even soaked up by him, and the Drain Dead is coming out, and there it is. Viper is the Aegis Immortal. Now they did lose the Enigma. They're still cleaning up the illusions, and they lose the tier 1 tower. But for the Aegis, they have to really make this worthwhile.
Very good trade for Navi, in my opinion. That tower was gonna fall anyway, and Puppy just baiting out, taking a lot of focus from Titan, just getting their attention there. Secures the Roshan, so easily worth it. If Puppy doesn't show up in the mid lane there, I think Titan realize what's going on, and they have so great fighting potential around the Rosh Pit. Static Storm, Doom, of course the Nether Ward, which is still not level 4 though, but we'll be getting there for the next Roshan fight, at least for Yamate. And well, Navi's doing a good job at not letting Titan take these kind of team fights that they want now. Static Storm, 15-minute game, has not been used yet. We'll see.
He tried to. You see his position? He came up here to do initial warding, but we had Disruptor standing on top of the cliff. So when the Naga sleep went off and was controlling basically Navi around this area, he was considering walking down that way. Unfortunately for him, he looked at it and goes, Enigma is standing here. Unaffected by the sleep, he couldn't get in from behind. So they couldn't sandwich Navi, I think, the way that Titan really wanted to then. And they're going to have a harder time now. There's a Blink Dagger on Enigma. You've got the full Aghanims up to finish for the Viper. We've even got an Urn over on Kuro, once the courier's now flown in. You've got Treads over on Dendi. These items are starting to come in, and even Bristleback is pulling into a hood.
But so are the items for Titan. This is going to be probably about a 22-minute radiance if they don't address the Naga problem here. KYXY is actually farming very effectively, all things considered here. So he's split pushing the top lane. Navi will try to brute force down mid, but the risk of this play for Navi, it's kind of like the kind of play you don't necessarily want to go for, but that you kind of feel like you have to. If they lose this fight, the game is going to start looking really grim, and they're fighting into a very obvious setup with Song of the Siren and with Pumpkin's Ward. That position for and they could, yeah, they could get a Static Storm as well. Navi needs to be so careful here. Their positioning is really good though. They'll scatter around.
They're looking at Funix, they're draining him out. In comes the Doom, already dooming on Funix. They're going to take him out of this fight, and in fact going to glimpse him back down again. Where is this Storm? Puppy hanging on the edge. The mech charge to go. Funix is taking through a lot of damage here, and of course also slowing him down. Funix, the attempted denial is going to work here from Kuro, and now the Dream Call catching to KXY just stops everything. Where is Net Static Storm? He's going to try and kill a Viper. He throws over on Puppy to stop the black hole here. With the instant, the hole in there, but the steal over on KXY. Ohio up as well, but ХВОСТ, he's sending his ground. KXY is going to go down. We need to help him out. ХВОСТ, well, the Aegis Immortal will finally trigger out, but the Doombringer will also die for the cause here. Kuro is still alive. They only lose Funix. The initial target they went on, Puppy may go down too because of the Thunder Strike. Net glimpsing him back in again. The Puppy still survives. 3 heroes lost. Rubik as well as Yamate both heading back to base.
Titan just didn't have enough in the tank after that sleep. They used the Song of the Siren and they used the Static Storm, but they didn't kill Puppy. They couldn't put him in place. They didn't have mana for the kinetic heal, or it wasn't cooldown. The follow-up wasn't there, and Puppy ends up turning around on them, killing off the Doom, and securing them that fight easily. So Navi, they got away with that push. I think that could have gone way worse for them overall, but they managed to make Titan waste so many resources before the Song that they weren't actually able to take the fight afterwards. And the deny even on Bristleback. It's like they got absolutely nothing out of that.
Yeah, I think I claimed 1 kill during that one, but you're right. It's only a half, but that's because of the money they took away from Bristle. Not because of anything they gained from it. And now Navi just forced out again on bottom lane.
Is under attack.
Why not? Like that mech just keeps letting him force it out. They don't have a black hole as the only downside here, but as was shown during the last fight, kind of really wasn't even needed. There goes your tier 2 tower. Titan have no desire to move up, and in fact look at Puppy already. He's moving in towards the mid lane, seeing KYXY trying to force this out. You can think for him too, he dived that 22 minutes radiance you're considering. It's going to take a lot longer than that now.
Yeah, that death was really crucial for Navi too. Accomplishing that kill was a big deal, is what I'm trying to say here. And whether or not Titan, I think right now all their hopes lie with the Radiance Naga. They have to buy time for it, but Navi is just putting so much pressure. They've taken 5 out of 6 outer towers. Titan themselves have only managed to grab themselves 2, and because of that, KYXY is really not sure where he can afford to go.
Ohio caught the STV straight away. The damage output of ХВОСТ is rather high. And that cost him very little to do what he just did. No mana is really lost at all.
On Dendy actually sitting on a Mystic Staff here. Very interesting build-up.
Is he just going straight scythe?
I'm guessing he's gonna go for a Scythe, yeah. Or Shivas, but that would be a kind of weird Shivas game for a puck first item, I guess.
It's kind of also weird to go straight for the Mystic Staff.
I thought he was gonna get
for like
BKB.
Ultimate Orb or stats like that.
Yeah, usually you get the ulti orb. I'm not sure what the reasoning is here, but I think overall in this game, BKBs for Navi would be absolutely great. It looks like ХВОСТ is indeed going to be building one here after the Axe Scepter, because so much of Titan's output is just magic damage. And if Dendy feels like he doesn't need the BKB because he can just kite around, that's perfectly fine. But the Nether Ward is always going to be an issue that he needs to calculate. But so far he's been doing a great job. I mean, he hasn't died yet, so maybe he doesn't need it.
Funny's having a great time farming up. He's actually flying out the
Radiant's
hood.
top
He's already got the
tower is under
headdress.
attack.
When he finishes this stack, they have a plan.
Dire's bottom
That's
tower
the best
is
item
under
pickup they
attack.
could get right now. 20 minutes in. It might allow them to even go high ground. And that's what they want to do. I'm sure Navi in this position are feeling comfortable, but they know they can't just rest. They can't let the map control go the way of Titan in any way, because they will be taking it over and taking advantage.
But in the meantime, Titan, they're coming out. 4 heroes smoke up on the top lane. Nagasari doesn't get to be involved in this one, and they don't want it to be involved. They want to farming up the mid and the bottom lane, but they're going to come in puppy. Instantly doomed, and this is just a sacrifice. That's a smoke gank going out. The Doom is on cooldown for 100 seconds. I think Navi is going to be content with that. The fact they only
might want
lose
to try to defend. Puppy has buyback and a TP, and Dendy already ported up there. We'll see what the plan is here for both teams. It looks like Titan are actually going to retreat with some of their heroes, so... Currently only Puppy and Doom.
They're going to sandwich him. Yeah, they're going to defend this, man. They're going to see if they can grab a fight. And I'm wondering if Titan just bail out now. Ohio standing in the tree line. Dendy, he's a long way down. The Netherward's actually been dropped here by the Pugner. And Dendy being picked up from the dead. Will it be able to kill him off? He actually finishes himself away with the pipe coming out from Funnick. Yamated draining at the life points. They bring down Dendy. Yamated trying to TP himself out. The pincer has already come in from a Force as well as Kuro. They already got 1 kill here. And looks like the rest of Titan get away to safety. They only lost the Disruptor for the puck.
That's a huge play from Titan here. And that was even a perfect pipe timing from Navi there. But they, like you said, they went for the sandwich. They got the kill on Disruptor, but nothing else. And all the while, KYXY was free farming. So he is very close to the Radiance. The 22 minutes is actually really not going to be that far off. It's going to be like 23. So he really caught up with the timing here and going to try to defend top here. I think this could be a big mistake from KYXY. Really needs to not...
They might be able to do it.
He needs to not expose himself, but maybe with a song.
A sleep into the Static Storm will be enough.
That's true. Navi's positioning, it's the problem Navi's going to have the entire game, basically. No matter what items they go for, they cannot stack up at all. And they've been doing an excellent job at forming like an arc with their heroes instead of forming a cluster. They need to continue doing that. If they form a cluster at any point and KYXY sees the opening, it's just a flat-out lost fight. It kind of doesn't matter what happens. Even Puppy, if he's not caught in the cluster, it's still going to be hard for him to find the black hole angle because he can't blink into the Static Storm. So he has to blink like outside it and then get the angle. And there's so much counterplay potential from Titan. They've got Glimpse, they've got Doom, Rubik can just steal the black hole and it can backfire even harder. This is not an easy game for Navi by any stretch, but they're going to get an easy kill though.
He's trying to do a D-ward here. Good telekinesis going to give him a double stun, but then again, Dendy, he faced it to the sun. The orb already got the kill. He even chaunts himself down to the other side.
It's Radiance
away
time.
from the attack of the tower.
At the same time, the BKB for ХВОСТ. I think it's go time for Navi actually. They should try to get the next Roche and then force the issue. The longer they wait, the harder it's going to get.
Well, the Radiance is up now, so this will be a little bit more problematic for him, but who cares? They got Mech and Pipe, dude. I don't think this Naga harassment.
The real problem starts when they need to go high ground, because forming an arc outside the base is so much harder than in a much bigger
basically Blink Daggers just to keep the arc.
Yeah, when they need to get inside the base, it's going to get tricky, because yes, they can push, but there's going to be the constant pressure of the Radiance, and if they make one misstep, I'm going to call it now. I know this is a bold call, but I think if Navi lose one team fight significantly, I think the game gets twice as hard, if not even more. Like, they might even just lose all control if they take one bad fight, so they know what kind of pressure they're on. They really need to perform here.
Well, the amount of pushing power which is behind Titan is really great. If they get like a 50-second window with no heroes from Navi up and running, they could take towers, they could take... I don't think they could take Rakta straight away, but they could definitely inflict a severe amount of damage to tier 3s and keep the side lanes pushed out by KYXY, so they'll probably lose the tier 1 tower on the top lane as well. So, you're right. It's very important that Na'Vi do not make a mistake here, or else they give Titan a lot of space to come back. And Viper, he can't deal very well with a late game Naga Siren. They need to win this very early on. And now, Titan are pushing again. They're coming towards the tier 1 tower in the top lane. TP support's already coming in as well. Denny TP to the tier 2. Funnick TP actually on cooldown, 12 seconds.
Yeah, this tower's gone.
They have fortification though.
Under attack.
They might be able to, yeah, they're going to use it as well.
Naga's Radiance is going to cause a lot of trouble right
2
now.
seconds on TP for here he comes.
Yeah, maybe
First TP.
actually lose it.
A horse comes in. Oh, BKB!
BKB.
And they're going to find Net in the corner, but they need a stun now. Dream Coil, it actually catches 2. Naga puts the sleep over. They're getting out of here tight, but maybe not far enough. Puppy, she blinked himself in, and they're TPing all out. They're home and host.
Very nice disengage from Titan here. That could have gone awfully wrong, but good TP from ХВОСТ as well, realizing that he's the only one who can TP in first. If anyone else does it and they get glimpsed, the fight just gets that much harder, and he goes in first. At the end of the day, the outcome is 1 BKB charge for Song of the Siren.
It was a 10-second BKB charge though.
Yeah, I don't really know who that favors. I would say Na Vi, because that means they get Roche. I don't think Titan can take that fight without Song, so
Very true.
I would say a good play from Na Vi overall here to force that out. And Titan will not be interested in this at all. They'll try to split push. They will know this is happening as well because of
They
their
just
vision on
take
the
tier
map
1.
right now. So they'll trade for the tower. And puts a lot of points in the bottom lane. So the gold Na Vi will be getting from this Roche. I think Titan is actually getting more money by having gold than anything.
I don't think Navi's considering like Roshan as a source of income.
They just need the Aegis.
Yeah,
It's all about
because once they have the Aegis immortal, they can look up to the high time. That's the end objective here for Navi. They have a BKB over on Puppy as well. So that's a Blink BKB Enigma with a mech at 26 minutes in. Puppy is going to be the big playmaker here for Navi. Right next to Dandy. Dandy still doesn't have this side device. He's about 800, 900 gold short of it. Now Puppy's looking towards the top lane. There's a really good observer wall that's already down here for the Radiant side.
Dandy,
but Dandy,
really
look where Dennis, he's in the tree line. Let's just waiting this one out. Now Puppy triggers the BKB. He can turn this in. There's your black hole holding Pugna for Dandy. He's zoomed up at the moment. Running into the corner. He'll tick down from the Doombringer here. Now Disruptor did get picked off as well. There's buybacks coming out and they need another stun. Extinct is TPing out. Again, Titan. They're really good at bailing when the time is right.
They are so good at disengaging. This is top-notch play. It's not easy to
Naga
do this right now.
wasn't even involved in that escape.
No.
She's still pushing middle lane and farming up her own jungle.
Big win for Titan there. They got a rebuy out of Dendy. They traded Puck for Disruptor, got a buyback.
Dire's middle
and I
tower
think
is under
ХВОST
attack.
didn't use BKB, so still in 9 seconds. But overall,
It was Puppy who used his BKB.
yeah, that's right. They used the BKB charge on the Enigma here.
He had to. He's in the middle of a static
He had no
storm.
choice. He had to do it and go for the black hole. Puppy played that correctly, but it just wasn't enough. When the Doom goes out on Dendy like that from Ohio, Titan are playing a really good game from behind right now, I have to say. It's not even, like, they're not just a few thousand behind. It's about a 10,000 deficit on both experience and gold, but they're still making it work with what they have.
Well, if they can keep it up, Titan might be able to actually claim the victory out of this game, which is something I wasn't really feeling when you were like 9,000 gold in front for Na Vi. Why is Denny taking so much damage? Is it just riptiding illusions that's causing him so much troubles? The experience is hilarious though, because it's still going the way of Na Vi. Every single fight, there's maybe one up point, which Titan was able to find about 10 minutes ago. But since then, there's nothing, but they're going to try and find one now in the bottom lane. Dendy is a long way down here.
And he
Buys
used
a
his
TP
buyback
scroll.
already.
He needs to get out of here. He needs to blink into the tree line. And now, well, phase shift, silence, and then static stop. He said, easily picked up. The warning rift actually even stolen there by Extinct.
And that's 60 seconds on the clock here, where if nothing else for Titan, every time they get these pickoffs, it's just time. It's just flat out getting time for Naga. They might not get a collateral, but in a way, the collateral in itself is getting more farm. Usually I say, when you get a gank like that, you want to take a tower, you want to take Roche, you want to get map control, but because of the way the draft is panning out here for Titan, any sort of gank in itself is worth a smoke. If just buying that minute of time for KYXY is huge, and now they cannot aggress without their Puck. There's absolutely no way, so
yeah.
They're going to have all their lanes being pressured at this point by the Naga Siren, just annoying the hell out of them.
ХВОST even just trying to find some way of like distracting him in middle lane, but Kuro goes down to basically half-life, having to use his own charges defensively. And ХВОST, who you think is like Mr. I can tank up most things, he's finding himself also just at half-life. This illusion is a real pain in the butt. And he wants to add pressure towards the tier 3 tower in mid, but he can't even look up the high ground.
You've really got to be worried for Navi in this situation because they have the tools they need to push, but they might not get there. That's the whole problem. If they manage to push out the lanes correctly, get in position for the base, and get the initiation on their terms, they could take a lane of barracks, but the way Titan has been playing over the last 15 minutes and how they're just controlling the fights, I'm having a hard time seeing Navi doing it. It's actually really, really difficult.
Yamate again, perfect timing. Poppy was blinking himself up. Yeah, Denny moving up towards the top lane. They just push out far enough that they get a response from Navi. And then they just back up and they just do it all over again.
And Navi have to commit heroes to chasing illusions. Like, it's a pretty big problem when both Bristle and Viper together need to fight to bring down the Illos on the mid lane, and then, oh boy, have to go bottom lane because now they're pushing there, and in the top lane, Yamate, like you said, was just pushing out. The only goal for Titan right now is for Navi to not reach the base. Like, if they accomplish that, they know they're winning by the minute.
Yeah. The problem is when Navi do reach the base.
Yep, looks like they're going to try for it right now in their head, but now the Naga illusions, yep, they're going to cut the wave.
There's a lot more life though on Funnick, and once he gets this hard up and running, he won't really care that much about the Naga Siren. Because his regeneration is going to be able to handle any kind of radiant burn, so he'll be ready to fight at full life.
Just look at this distribution from KYXY. The mid lane is never pushing in. He's keeping the illusions out here. This is actually an illusion rune, so these are going to last for a full minute still. That means 2 waves are going to be cleared by these, if not 3 by KYXY here in the mid. Puffy's going to have to get rid of them, but he doesn't. He might not know that these are illus actually. And
he just creep skips.
I think Navi are fed up with it. They're going top.
Yeah.
Like, whatever.
If they wait this out, if they don't look for a trade, that's all it's going to be. It's going to be a tier 2 tower in the bottom lane, taking a large portion of damage, and they need a breach. There is no choice left for Navi. The Aegis is getting reclaimed in a minute. They want, of course, to actually be punished here by different abilities, Doom or something. There goes your Aegis the Immortal.
Nothing used.
Yep. Nothing major being used.
Oh, Life Rain, which is ready again.
Yeah, and now the Naga illusions, that Riptide's causing him real problems again.
I don't think they're getting in, man.
Look at the creep wave, it's even, at least the
they're
tier 2
gonna have to
tower's
pipe
being
now
held back.
and really try for it. They will. There's the pipe.
They're coming up, man.
I think they're glyphing this.
There's no choice. Look at Ohio is doing so close. A blink into Doom on Puppy straight away means there's no hold, there's no control. The fortification has been used and it's backing him up. Titan hold. The tower still does take some
Naga's gonna glyph mid. They'll get the deny here from Kuro. Very nice TP here. To at least secure that less income for Titan. But Navi really tried there.
Yeah.
And they dealt 400 damage. There was a glyph though, so I think Navi, they need to go for the play again very soon. They can't wait for the next Aegis. I don't think it's worth it.
No.
It's great to have it and commit with it, but it's another 5 minutes for Titan to just build more items on Naga, basically. It is really that simple at this moment.
It kind of feels like we're watching the old Titan when they had Miracle in the lineup.
Yes,
with the way the Naga is working.
Although the difference with that is that I feel like the rest of Titan's lineup in this game is way more well-rounded. It's not just creating space for the Naga, they're actually taking ganks, they're finding good fights, and they have way more potential than just relying on the Naga.
The Necro unit's going to scout him out, but Dendi, he's right in the back of this one. He's going to have to commit Dream Call as well, but he doesn't want to, because the second he does that, Yamate can just TP himself out to safety. Skywrath Mage is coming in, but he needs to hold this Dream Call, and now, well, BKB TP out to safety. Alright.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
That's one way to get around
it. The top lane being pressured again here by Naga Siren. Every time Navi commit to a gank like this, they miss out in the 2 other lanes. Actually, Puppy's doing a pretty good job mid with the Eidolons here to try to put some momentum that way, but they have to go back to top and defend.
Look at the way Navi is now approaching this. They're about to finish the heart. Yeah, there's a heart finishing up on Funnick, but ХВОСТ just built himself a Reaver. He just needs now a Vitality booster. He's got the money for the recipe, he just needs a Vitality booster.
I agree 100% with this item choice. It's the best they can do. Hearts on everyone if possible. Well, and see if you can survive and slowly whittle down on the towers. The problem is, again, once these hearts are up, there's the next item for KYXY. He now has a Manta. The split push becomes that more devastating. He's even faster around the map now with 483 permanent movement speed. It's Navi are playing a really good game here. It's not that they're getting outplayed by Titan at this point, it's the weakness of their draft. Titan are playing great, Navi are playing great. It's just really damn hard. And
yep.
I would say Navi's goal at this point is to reach that top lane before Glyph comes up. They have about 2.5 minutes, which they should be aware of if they have timed it.
Wow, that's a quick war.
Wow, okay, that's pretty lucky. That is actually really fortunate. Doom goes out on Dendi though. This is an easy pick off
Glimpse him back as
for
well.
Titan.
Easy stuff. But now, Navi, doesn't matter about a quick Roshan, because they can't do anything about it. Even Kuro's going back to base, the Naga illusions were harassing him down. He's at 160 life points. He has to back himself up. So while Roshan is up, Titan won't care. They're going to take map control here. They're going to take tier 2 tower on bottom lane while Denny's down. The Naga illusions actually, well, they're heading over and doing scout work for him. So Navi can't even surprise him.
This is not only scouting, it's just raw harassment, honestly.
Yeah,
Nice
damage
from ХВОСТ here.
They've still got that board in the corner, however, and then Naga sleep will go. And they're all just getting out.
Wow, really?
I don't really think they had to do this. They had a position where they could have turned into fight.
I think they could have taken the tower at least, but playing it safe. I mean, I don't blame them. Their lineup, they know that the longer it goes, the better it is, but I think here they could have probably pushed for at least securing the tower, but I guess
the problem
they
now
didn't
is
know
like,
whether Dendy was going to buy back. It's kind of a risky play.
But even if they forced a Dendy buyback, that would have been worth it, because he still doesn't have Insight Device. This guy tried a long time ago to start building it, the Mystic Staff, and we haven't got anywhere near close enough to get there. In fact, he's going backwards.
You're right, wow.
He's legitimately going backwards.
He actually lost 600 gold in the last 5 minutes.
Yep. But ХВОСТ has his heart. Conic also, he can afford the heart, but he hasn't purchased it yet. Now this Naga Illusion's going to come in and be an absolute nuisance. Now they know that the Roshan's underway, but with 3 points of damage we're already on Roshan and the army conversion, they have more than enough damage to keep tightening. Again, they don't care about Roshan. They'll wait, they'll delay out the fights, and they just take map control. That's the most important thing for them now. They don't care about gold, don't care about experience. All they care about is keeping the control of the map. If they can do that, they'll win this game.
And now, for the first time, they're going to start doing some tier 3 damage here in the top lane. Naga's just being an absolute issue here for Puppey. He needs to almost be careful here. Nah, he's still going to be fine. Half HP only. But you know, when Naga gets the Diffusal Blade, which he might go for now, he can go Heart or Diffusal. It's a little bit player preference based and a little bit situational. I think if he goes for the Diffusal now,
in this game,
these illusions are going to cause so much trouble because ХВОST's mana pool is pretty low. Phonic's mana pool is pretty low, and they need the mana. They absolutely need it, and the Naga illusions will be causing so much trouble.
For me, I think the Necro Book is going to do enough for that, just to keep Phonic down, and the rest of it should go into something more like a Butterfly. Because I don't see any direct damage hitting him here.
He could go full combat style, and since Navi do have, let's see, two BKBs, yeah? Now, the Diffusal is less good in the fights, but they don't want to fight anyway, right? So, the Diffusal, I think, is actually a better stalling mechanism right now than the Heart. Perhaps, just if he chases the heroes a bit more.
Does Navi have
but then again, no.
wave momentum?
I guess
This can't be right, Sin. Bottom lane is actually pushing in for Navi.
Don't worry, it's gonna push the other way. But yeah, I actually retract my previous statement. I think the Heart is the better choice overall, no matter what, because he just wants the Illus to be so. It's not about pressuring Navi around the map. It's just about moving them around the map. He doesn't want to damage the heroes. He wants to force them to fight him.
What they'll give for a basher right now over on Phonic. You're right about the Heart. He bought a Reaver.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I think it's the right choice. He actually has the Heart now, I think. Or
he actually
no, he's 1,000 short. And this is a risky play from KYXY actually. If he gets caught out now without buyback and he has all that value on the courier.
Top lane, coming in for Puppey. Zoom straight away, level death to follow up, and now, well, what was actually stolen? He stole demonic conversions. Puppey, 4-star down, denial will actually happen here from the Skywrath Mage. So, second time for the night.
I'm getting closer and closer to my compendium prediction already. It's almost too early. I think it's 19 to 21 denies, and I was thinking, okay, there's going to be some Doom picks, and a bit of Veno here and there. I think I've personally seen like 4 or 5 denies already now, so
Look at
maybe I should stick with my original 30 plus.
We actually see ХВОST next item. He's going to go in for Mjolnir. It's his only way he can deal with the spam, or at least that's what I assume the glove is going towards.
Recovery Midas.
38 minutes in.
And recovery for a hero that's 4-0.
Look at an Arblet instead. Nice ward, and that instantly going to get de-warded. Phonic's walking around with a gem.
And an invis.
Yep.
Uh-oh.
It's very... they have no detection. There's 2 sentry wards actually, and they're going to find Extinct in the corner. Skywrath Mage, that's not enough damage. 3 here. Again, Titan get out with no casualties of war. And
I don't think Navi's got a kill in 10 minutes. Let's bring up the gold graph. Yeah, check the gold graph. The last dot, the red dot down there was ХВОST killing Net.
Disruptor.
That was at minute 27 roughly, I think. We're now at minute 39. Navi have not accomplished anything for 12 minutes straight. They've got a Roshan. and dealt 400 tower damage in 12 minutes. The experience is still staying even. And that's actually a problem, because Naga is a very low-level hero compared to her farm. She doesn't get experience when she split pushes with the illusions. So it means that the rest of Titan's team is actually keeping up with Navi as well. While Naga is just getting filthy rich here. This is looking worse and worse for Navi, and it's a frustrating position to be in. Oh, he got the Hex! 39 minutes. The side device is up. And you're right, it's Maelstrom on XBOCT.
Yeah. It's the only way he can think to deal with it. The funny thing is, though, I have Harney's words ringing in my ears about this. Because I cast with him one time, he said, what you don't do with the Naga Siren is deal with the illusions. You deal directly with him. And it was the same kind of rule for, oh wow, Yamate, there's that Hex going to work, but Ohio jumps in with a BKB, but Yamate, he's so low in life with the Doom over on Dendy, there's no more control, and XBOCT is basically out of mana. He's going to go down right now here on the bottom lane, but in comes Puppy. He's very tanky, and he's trying to survive this one. The Naga illusion will finish the job as the Aegis, you want to bring him up. Dendy trying to get the Knight off here. Actually, still died out to the Doom. And the XBOCT back to life again. They pick off the Necro units, and they're searching for somebody here, but Extinct is out, Net is out, and we've got KO running himself away to safety.
Disengage. They got 2 kills for nil. They got the Aegis and they got Dendy. And they made absolutely nothing once again, apart from one usage of Doom.
Yeah.
There was a nice play by Funnick there, actually. He tried to save Dendy by piping him, but the Doom lasted so long that the pipe expired, and I don't think they got the full spell block off, or maybe it's a Doom with Ags, so it probably just ate through it.
The increase in damage, you're like, well, is this really going to work?
Yeah, you're right. It didn't expire, he just ate through it with Doom. The pipe blocks like 4 ticks out of 15. No, 16. If Dendy gets doomed, he's pretty much dead. Like, if nothing else hit him. They got Doom and level death, and then he tried to run.
Yeah.
He didn't live.
Puppy he's got enough money for a refresher. And if he wants to buy that now. But at the same time, they're in such a fragile position that if there's no buyback available, he doesn't get a black hole off at the start, then there's just no point to it anyway. And the chance of him actually getting a double black hole off, man, if Rubik just sits on the back line and waits it out, he's all good. But actually, look at Extinct. That's one thing about Titan which we haven't really flagged here. Naga has soaked up a lot of the money for the team, but this like Disruptor is level 9 and has Boots, Earn, and Want.
Oh well, I didn't realize he was
And then you look at the Rubik, he's level 11, yay, but he's got 4-star Arcane Boots.
It's true that the net worth distribution on the two teams are very different.
Yeah.
That's a good point, but this is one of the games in which you actually don't even need farm supports for Titan, because there's no Naga counter on Navi's side in this.
KOXI is almost getting a kill on Kurokai.
It's kind of ironic to say there's no Naga counter when Puppy has an Enigma with a BKB. That's renowned as the Naga counter, but...
He says screw the refresher and just goes straight to a Lincoln Sphere. He does not want that Rubik filling his black hole, and that's his insurance to do so.
It's also a guard against Doom.
Oh yeah.
I think that's the... Yeah, it's both
so
actually.
then he throws himself towards the front lines to make sure Dendy's at least capable of doing something?
Or he gives Dendy the Lincolns. He can... It's kind of situational. He can give Dendy the protection from the Lincolns, but I actually think he's going to keep it on himself for the most part. So either they have to use Doom and Spellsteal to get it, or the other way around, in which case Rubik doesn't get the black hole. So I like this choice actually. I think it's very good. But again, the concern is, it feels like it doesn't matter what Navi builds because they never reach the base. So Puppy can have like the most amazing teamfight items, but if they don't get there, it doesn't really matter.
One problem at a time, Sind.
These Illus look like... Funnick is really trying. He's trying so hard, and the creep wave is still gonna die before he cleans them out.
Oh, they expired.
He never even killed him. Oh man. Life is getting so difficult for Navi at the moment. They need Titan to basically group up as 5 and take a fight, but right now they've actually got more trouble with ХВОСТ. They still have that Observer Wall. If they had money on a Disrupt, so we had a Blink Dagger, maybe this would be possible. Let's just take them so long. Even mid lane, it's okay. Second illusion comes in at the last point, mops up the rest of it,
and
then TP's bottom lane, straight to Funnick.
Uses the Manta, immediately pushes out. This is probably the tower going down. I don't think Funnick can hold this. Oh, he doesn't even try to attack the tower. He's actually just kiting Funnick around here and trying to do some damage to the next wave, I suppose.
Well, the next wave, his illusions were never going to survive long enough to do that.
Oh, don't worry, he's got a new set.
Here
come the actual mirror images and the Necro book
Dire's
from
bottom
Yamate.
tower is under attack.
Okay, they're not pushing
Dire's
high ground at
bottom
least for a
tower
minute. Considering the way this game has been going anyway, not much of a surprise. But Roshan spawns up in about 10-20 seconds or so, and they're not going to have necro books for this.
I guess if Navi just get like 6 cheeses, and then if they like do if they do like a cheese chain on the front line target, and he just stays on the tower and keeps hitting it, and doesn't care about the harassment, just keeps popping them cheeses. Oh wait, there's a problem. He's still not going to get to the base. He needs to get to the base first before he can use the cheeses.
Oh, sinned.
It's a tall order.
We have double Maelstrom now up. We have a Maelstrom being built up on Funnick. He's still trying to stay close enough that he's got enough money for buyback, but he's short by 500 gold at the moment. But basically everyone apart from Puck as well as Funnick and Disruptor have buyback. So the next engagement will probably be 20v20. Or 10v10 actually. We can't have that many buybacks.
And have a look at the gold. They finally...
Almost.
They're
Close.
finally getting there. Experience still way heavily in Navi's favor, but it doesn't matter.
Navi see Roshan. But hey, look who's coming in, man! Or is he? Does he see him? Yeah, he turns it.
I think they're gonna let Navi have it if they want. They're gonna split push top and see if they can get Rex.
Navi can't finish it fast enough.
No, this takes a long time. They have a bad Roshan lineup. They don't have any medallion. They have weak physical damage apart from Crystal.
Navi are coming up.
Yep.
And the Naga Illusion's coming down here to scout.
They're gonna have to glyph already. They're gonna lose half the tower before they even get there.
Well, the Necro units, they're gonna waste the time of these Necro units. Actually, look at ХВОСТ. He gets rid of them pretty quickly.
They will just sacrifice about half the tower. Oh, maybe. Only 1/3. That's okay. It's a good thing they didn't glyph that.
Actually, if that's a Mjolnir on ХВОST, they may actually be able to clean up these creep waves really quickly, especially once Funnick starts getting massively on the warpath. Like that lightning bounce damage, and when you give the 2 proc shields as well, they can mop up most of the Titan army.
They're doing what they can. It's the best. Again, I can't fault Navi at all for their optimization. I think ХВОST getting doomed. He's in trouble. This is going to take him a long time, but Glitch is just in a way better position. Steals the Viper Strike. Dead. He's done for.
He has buyback. The only thing which might help Navi right now is that they call someone out. Puppy just a fraction of a second too late. And look at Dendy. He's orbing out as far as he possibly can. He can blink in 6 seconds and there's Stream Call. And Net, so smart. Waited for it, but the Hex is there from Dendy.
Navi got a kill!
And now they managed to get themselves... Okay, how long? How long was that? The kill has just been done. They haven't had a kill since the 27th minute.
They got a kill after 20 minutes.
Wow.
And it was on a level 11 Disruptor.
Dire's bottom tower
And they're paying
is
tower
under
health
attack.
for it.
Yep, bottom lane. The tier 3 tower is being brutalized. He will come and defend this bottom. He's still fighting a lot of money. What's this courier got? It's a full Agate himself to Yamatet. And they're coming in for Roshan. And there is nothing Navi can do about this. The Puck Orb is going to be revealing the fact that's happening. If Puppy jumps this, he's coming out for this. They smoke. And now Naga, he's like, you have to PK me if you're going to jump this one, Puppy. There it goes. The cheese is
they leave the cheese?
They leave the cheese behind.
Oh, they attack it!
They deny it. Yamatet denies the cheese. They take the Aegis on the Doom.
Hey, KOXY. Hey, there's a cheese in the ground. What should I do? Deny it! Use your Necro Archer! Just deny the cheese! It works!
It's tradition!
That was actually 500 gold. They could have sold it. It's really expensive cheese when you think about it. Oh my. Oh boy, this game has it all, doesn't it?
They were not hanging around a second longer than they had to, man. But it wasn't KOXY that denied it, everyone. It was Yamatet.
It was Yamatet.
It was Yamatet's Necro.
But I'm sure it was his advice, though.
I think KOXY is actually microing the units for him.
Shared unit control. What are you doing? It's tradition. Doom Illusion.
ХВОST is in trouble. If they had a real Doom next to him.
Oh yeah, he's in trouble. This Illusion is looking at him.
Look at him. Look at just the stair battle.
Okay, he got it.
ХВОST took at least 3 seconds to kill an Illusion of a Doom.
Yeah. And he also took 0 damage. So
and that's
really wasn't in trouble overall.
And Funnick's battling the other one. Funnick also in 100 gold also could complete up his own Mjolnir. At this point I'd say the Lightning Shield is worth it. What do we go coming down? Is that going to be the courier picking up the Hyperstone? Kuro's checking inside the pit to see whatever else was left there. He's got Observer was there, and the courier goes past. Okay. So he's not going to buy it just yet. Can these Naga Illusions? They're just running in, straight past the creep wave, damage it down one by one, into the middle lane. God, The level of hatred coming out from Navi, I'm pretty sure right now, is massively high. And this is the time to push too. We're going to note too that this is the double catapult wave. There's a lot of pushing power coming behind Titan right now. Look at the fall.
ХВОST took 1300 health from 3 illusions and they don't have Butterfly yet. When they have Butterfly, he might actually almost lose that fight.
That's actually only a level 1 diffuser blade as well.
Yeah.
But there's 5.2k, 5.3k
He's going for the butter.
over on the Nagasari.
He'll sell the drum and get the butter soon. He could actually do it now, but he wants to have buyback, I think, at this point. Better safe than sorry.
Doom's about to get refresher. He's not buying the entire thing right now, but he's pretty damn close, but there's your Butterfly.
This would be, for me, you know, it's kind of funny that the gold isn't on like 2500 and the experience is on 12,000 for Navi, but to me this would be the biggest comeback of the tournament so far.
Oh, if Navi win this?
If Navi win this game. It's not about the graphs at all. Like, this game hasn't been about the graphs for the last 20 or 30 minutes.
Yeah.
It's just that they cannot get a grip on the map at all, and if you don't have any sort of map control, it's impossible to win the game. It doesn't matter what lineup you have. If you never get out on the map, you can't win. And Navi don't have the tools. They're doing everything they can by itemizing correctly, and they're not even remotely close to crossing the river.
Yeah.
Right?
The only thing I think Navi is clutching for, and the reason why they haven't tapped out, is just if Titan push up, and they all push up one lane, Navi have a very high potential that they could obliterate Titan's lineup. The only thing which would stand is the Nagasari. And if they find the real one of that, maybe they will be have enough power to battle. I think that's the only hope the Navi is clutching to right now.
Alright, did you call the butterfly on her?
Yeah, we already called it before.
Yeah, so I thought she didn't have the gold, but apparently she already had the Eagle
Puppy.
song. And
Puppy.
now Diffusal 2 will be coming.
He's got a BKB if he wants to get himself out of this one. There he goes. He got doomed up, however, and ensnared. Puppy is down and his BKB is down. He has buyback. In fact, the entire Navi lineup has buyback right now. The Necro units are also on the sidelines, another thing to note. So even this pushing power from Titan may not be as strong, but Puppy 100% will buy back to defend this. Phonics towards the front lines. He knows that Doom is down at least. That's one major upside. Doom is down, but everything Navi have is still up. They just need the enemy to buy back. Apart from BKB, they're going to need a little bit more than that. Oh, Phonic! Look at him burn! Ohio jumped in. Phonic is dead. They forced us away, and now, yep, there goes your cheese. Enigma buys back, and Naga stops the fun. At the same time, actually winning on the fun. He killed off the Skyrad.
I soloed Skyrad in the base. Oh, Kuro bought back. He's gonna die again! No!
Carry me off.
He just got soloed by Naga twice.
And that wasn't even the Naga. That was the
Two
illusions of Naga.
illusions.
Denny's up. You got the Hex on Yamate. Puppy's right behind him. Malifist as well. They're going to try and bring down Pugna. Now Black Hole has to be committed. It was the only way to stop this, but Yamate turns, starts to drain over on Puppy. Looks at the life points evaporate. Phonic comes in, and they're able to get the kill. And now ХВОСТ just mops up the rest of it. There was also the Disruptor who was able to TP himself back to base again. But man, Kuro's gonna be spitting chips. He died twice to illusions.
It was within 3 seconds. It's the one of the shortest, maybe the shortest dieback I've ever seen. Actually, he got right outside the fountain and died again.
It's definitely the shortest walk to death. Like that, you can't you walk this distance, man. That was the distance he walked to die.
And the highlight for Navi for the last 25 minutes is that they kill a core once. They just killed Pugna. And now KYXY is feeling confident. He's going in here.
ХВОСТ, look at him. He's just tanking the entire thing, but that may not be the greatest thing in the world. Throws the ulti at Naga. The sleep will go, but he's slowed up. He actually breaks it out, but look at the damage. It's going to stop at 189. And he just has to deal with the illusions now.
KYXY got a little bit close there. He will of course buyback if it goes wrong. I think at this point he realizes he has so much gold and he has full inventory that the only thing he needs to claim now is experience. So instead of split pushing with his illusions, he's actually going to start doing it with his hero now.
Oh, trouble. Phonic, he's out, doomed out.
Goodbye.
And now he's in trouble, and Rubik's off wills. They throw down the Static Storm for commitment. They want Phonic dead, but that means maybe they can try and turn this one around. Mystic Flare still available, goes into Ohio, then he drops the Dream Call, but the BKB is protecting Ohio for now. They must be down like 7 seconds. That's only 7 seconds? Denny, okay, Nash, the Doom is out again. This time over on Denny, he's ticking now, Puppy jumps in, no Black Hole. He'll be the sacrificial lamb here for Navi. Locked inside the wall, there's no way out of this one.
There's going to be 3 sacrificial lambs, I'm afraid.
Denny's
Another deny by Kuro, but...
He can't get out.
Yeah, this is just...
This is GG.
This game is over.
Yeah, it's actually over.
They might not even get racks, but
They'll get racks, man. They got KOX on the front lines with still... Even if he dies, he'll just buy back and TP in.
Yeah.
KYY will solo this Rex. The only thing he needs is the creep wave to win through the mid, but they got a buyback. He has to BKB, and Naga just throws the ulti up. They got double buybacks out from Navi, and Denny is just trapped there.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
And the mid tower's being chipped down by Necro units. The upside is the fact that Enigma, at least, will probably survive until the next push.
There is no upside anymore. Only tears now.
Always the silver lining.
Only tears now.
This is just, yeah. KOXY, man, he's stacked. He needs to he needs to force himself hard so he dies so he can actually buy back. Just so he can use some money.
It is a really frustrating way to lose, but, you know, Navi had a very short timing window that they could have perhaps forced a little bit more and they missed, but I just think overall the strategy from Titan, as I called from the beginning, they played it very well defensively. They've played an excellent split push game and Navi have been unable to deal with it. The Naga last pick just made this draft perfect.
Yep.
It had everything they needed. And at this point, you can't fault Titan for the way they've played the game. Neither can you fault Navi. You could say, Navi, why aren't you just brute forcing down a lane and going all in? Well, because if you do that, you lose 2 lanes at the same time to the Naga. So you're never getting out. And the moment you really commit to it, the chance that it favors you is like almost 0. So I think at this point, honestly, if I'm Navi, I go 5 mid and I pray for a miracle. And if it doesn't happen, then you call GG. Because if they don't just brute force a lane, they will never, ever reach the base.
If they go 5-man mid, though...
They need boots of travel. And but the problem is no single hero on Navi can stop the Naga. ХВОСТ is trying his best. He's got an MKB, Mjolnir, and Boots of Travel, but he cannot beat the illusions by himself, so they need 2 heroes with BOTs to clear out the Nagas, while 3 heroes push mid, and by the way, those 3 heroes need to avoid getting Doom, Refresher, Doomed at the same time. And then...
It's gonna work. It's gonna happen.
Then possibly they could maybe cross the river, and then after the river...
Is this like they
fucking lost, dude.
you just look at it.
I like it.
I'm trying to tell a storyline. You know what? The fairy tale is possible. There's a princess in the tower. I don't care if there's a river of lava, a huge ass dragon, and I currently have no legs, no arms, and no weapons which I can currently wield. I'm still capable of winning the princess. That's basically what Navi is looking at right now. Even Goro. Oh, not again. Not again. Look at them. They're just like, alright, we will protect half-life from 2 illusions. And they use 3 heroes to try and stop that damage. Naga has Refresher.
Oh boy, and that's under the courier, by the way. That's a bonus. They have a dedicated courier with Refresher flying out for KYXY. It's gonna fly top and help him. They're gonna go on an adventure
what is this?
together.
Is this mirror image, mana style,
You can...
and send the army to win?
I think when you refresh and cast it again, I think the old ones get replaced no matter what. Both of the illusion types. But when there's on cooldown, he can do it, right? So he can use mirror image, send them in, refresh, send them in again, and then... Or he can have 2 songs, but I actually think that's completely useless, so...
And then probably what does the split push then?
Split push, yeah.
So they can just leave the Naga up on top and they put the 4 on bottom.
Yeah, next item for KYXY now should be a Necro book for the courier as well, I think.
Looks like Yamate is about to finish his own side device. Couple of, 800
I guess the cool thing about this game is that I think ХВОСТ might be setting a record here. The amount of last hits on Viper, it's a really poor farmer in general. He's got 426 CS. He's farming the best he can right now with the Mjolnir build, and of course, he's pushing out the lane, so...
Puppy, I will find a kill. I will get a Dagon. This is the way he can kill off illusions now? What would happen if he Dagon a Naga illusion? How much literal damage would he dish? Compared to something like an Aghanim's upgrade, which might have been a little nicer.
I don't know. I really don't know what the plan is now.
He waits for the target to decrepify itself.
It could be just, someone's decrepify, deals some extra damage. He can break a Linken's, but there is no Linken's, I guess. So then he will probably got another.
Middle lane, the smoke, they're looking at a Force, and there's your Doom. Extincted as well, pick him up, throw him down. Force just pushing the Force away, and then trying to find some space for him. But Clinch and Drain, they've got a Force on the sideline, and now inside the base, Puppy's at half-life. The illusions are forcing him out. And you're right, with the Force with no buyback, this looks almost hopeless. The tier 3 tower, would you believe it's taken 57 minutes until the tier 3 tower's gone down? Top lane's in, and now KXY will claim another one. There's fortification still available here for Navi. They could potentially use it. Tendy gets the silence. And Puppy with the Midnight Pulse, they still hold fortification on bottom lane. Yamete is forcing the lane out. He's already triggered the Necro units. And middle lane, the Naga Illusions are beating down the melee racks. They're being poked on all sides. Skyros is first at forcing Yamete out, but now Ohio comes in. The Doom is over on Denny after the refresher off was used, so Denny will die right now. Doom will take it. Ohio is godlike. He's about to pick up Kuro as well. It's double there, and then he moves over towards Puppy. Puppy, the black hole is there, but there's no follow-up. Sonic's in the middle of this engagement, so he may as well ring sync. He stole black hole, returns it in. That's it. That's GG. There is no way to save it. Ohio is on a triple kill. ХВОСТ is back to life again, but they're losing the ranks. ХВОСT being pushed back at BKB so he can keep fighting up against Net, but the TPs are coming back in again. As Ohio is here, the blink in, they're right on top of ХВОСT. Sonic comes in going sparkle, and maybe it's not enough. ХВОСT, he's there. KYXY comes in, diffusal charge already on him. The courier refresher is sitting right next to ХВОСT for the moment, and they just pass it over. There it is. GG, well played. 58 minutes and 42 seconds. This game was dragged out a hell of a lot, but Navi thought they might have it to the last moment. Titan, patience. Patience was a virtue they have displayed.
It was just a really great strategic game for them. I think the most impressive thing is they managed to not die a single time for 20 minutes. The whole split pushing part with Naga is something a lot of players are actually getting really good at doing and have been doing for a while now, but